Ade Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo.
We ask for the grace and peace of God to come and superintend over this event to be successful end. Amen.
Good afternoon to you all and welcome to Lakleku in the Ningo Pram district of the Greater Accra region and to the Atlantic Lifesciences Limited, a 1D1F initiative and a proud subsidiary of the Pharmanova Group, a true Ghanaian pharmaceutical powerhouse since 2005. Where this afternoon we commission our CGMP compliant sterile plants made up of infusions, ophthalmics and anesthetics, and also inspect our serums and vaccines plant. I am, by the grace of God, Jerry Edemajololo, and it falls to me this afternoon on behalf of the board, management and staff of the Atlantic Life Sciences to render our profound appreciation to you all for answering to our call. Skillful driver driving this initiative, Ghana's Minister for Trade and Industry, the Honorable Alan Kojo Trematin. He's here with his deputy, the Honorable Herbert Krapper. Make welcome the Deputy Minister for Health, the Honorable Tina Mensah MP, and also her colleague Deputy Minister, the Honorable Alhaji Mahama Asei Senu MP. We receive with joy, ladies and gentlemen, the Ambassador, the High Commissioner, I beg your pardon, of India to Ghana, His Excellency Suga Rajaram. Thank you. We make welcome the Ambassador of the Republic of Togo to Ghana, His Excellency Awoki Panasa. We receive with joy the head of the European Union delegation to Ghana, His Excellency Ishaq Razali. A member of the Council of State joins us, the Venerable Samuel Okujeto. Thank you. Make welcome the CEO of the Food and Drugs Authority, Mrs. Delise Mimi Dakon. Director General of the Ghana Standards Authority, Professor Sir Alex Dodu. And a tall list of many dignitaries I shall be acknowledging in the course of this event. Mr. President, Honorable Ministers, ladies and gentlemen, it would be remiss of me not to acknowledge the custodians on the land which we dwell, of the land on which we dwell. Allow me to make welcome from the Ningo Pram traditional area, eminent chiefs and queen mothers. Would you please make welcome the paramount queen mother of the Ningo traditional area, Nana Dubakuoko Duba II. The paramount chief of the Pram traditional area and president of the Pram Traditional Council, Nene Tetewaka III, joins us. We make welcome the paramount queen mother of the Pram traditional area, Na Usabu Abi I. And the Jinaho Lakleku chief, Nene Kwayate Lakleku II. Together we say receive the warm and generous recognition of this gathering. Mr. President, Honorable Ministers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, in proceeding with the program, I'm delighted to spell out 4 short remarks culminating in your keynote address, Mr. President, and thereafter we shall take a tour of this great edifice which has been put together as a national asset. This morning, it's my pleasure to welcome the man who saw possibility in the face of numerous difficulties and, ladies and gentlemen, moved on with courage and conviction to execute this mandate. I give to you the CEO of the Atlantic Life Sciences Limited, Mr. Danaje Tripathi, as he welcomes us warmly.
President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo, Honorable Ministers of State, members of the diplomatic corps, Nimei, Namei, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed a great pleasure, honor and a pleasure to welcome you all on behalf of Atlantic Lifesciences Limited. We are delighted to have you all with us to participate in the official commissioning of our infusion, anesthetics and ophthalmic plant and for the inspections of sera and vaccine plants. Thank you very much for joining with us today. Our vision is to provide international quality drugs at affordable prices to meet the medical and sustainable health requirements of the people of Ghana and the West Africa sub-region, as well as to create employment opportunities locally. This will assist in enabling the country to have a control over the manufacture and the distribution of critical care products like sevoflurane, halothane, and isoflurane. Additionally, it will lend support to the government's Ghana Beyond Aid program. During the construction phase, we were able to provide employment to more than 200 people at various stages. We have also embarked on the recruitment drive to onboard professionals and innovative pharmacists, engineers, and laboratory technicians. Presently, we employ over 400 staff and intend to employ over 800 staff on completion of this project. Now, please allow me to thank a few people and institutions because to execute a project such as this requires the express and tacit encouragement and support from many which have been fortunate, and I would like to mention attendance of Dr. Sarojana Dwivedi, a Silicon Valley-based scientist whose medicines and inventions have helped estimated 150 to 200 million patients worldwide over the last 30 years. He is present here to see if his experience can benefit patients in Ghana and the broader Africa through the efforts of Pharmanova and Atlantic. Because of paucity of time, I can't mention all the names of people and institutions who guided, supported, trusted, and encouraged us, but we want to say thank you all. It's also appropriate to mention that we as a Ghanaian corporate entity have established our presence in the Ivory Coast by constructing a high-capacity plant to produce quality essential drugs, not only for Ivory Coast but for the whole of the Francophone countries in the sub-region. What we are about to witness today while touring the factory is the latest German technology for infusion manufacturing called blow, fill and seal, BFS. This is completely automated systems that requires no human intervention and thereby reduces contamination to almost zero. Additionally, we have almost completed the construction of 100-seater conference room for receiving tertiary students and academia from the various related disciplines. This will also be used to support academic program and to organize seminars to neglected areas such as the management and treatment of snake bites, sanitization and the dosing, and appropriate use of anesthesia, inhalers, solutions. Against the background that Atlantic Lifesciences is the only manufacturer of these products in Africa. We have been fortunate to receive some assistance from the Ghana government flagship program 1D1F through the Ministry of Trade and Industry and the Ghana Exim Bank for the financial assistance for the infusion plant. We thank leadership of the 1D1F and the Board of Exim Bank for their support. The Ministry of Health, Ghana Standard Authority and the Ghana FDA have been exceptionally forthright and commendable for their advice and directives. We want to thank Health Ministry, Standard Board and their staff, and the CEO, entire staff of the FDA for their continuous help. Foreign pharmaceutical companies such as Binch Biotech have been a tremendous technical assistance in the transfer of fill and finish technology to our staff for snake venom anti-serum. We wanted the government the sourcing of the snake venom anti-serum from this plant when operational to make this project viable. In a cash-strapped market, when we are trying to get out of corona pandemic, the Standard Chartered Bank readily came to our aid and offered us assistance for this infrastructure of sera and vaccines. And the list goes on. We are most grateful to these entities for their confidence in us. At this juncture, it will be appropriate to mention certain individuals such as Mr. Bharat Bhai, CEO of Bharat Parenterals, a globally recognized pharmaceutical company based in India, for his long-standing support. Personally, I would like to remember Dr. James Brugu Alote for his encouragement, who is sadly no longer with us today. It was his encouragement when he started this company 17 years ago. We would like to recognize the chief and elders of Lifesciences, especially the Osabuya family, who provided this land upon which this very ultra-modern plant sits. We request development partners like USAID, FCDU, GIZ to provide technical assistance to help us achieve WHO pre-qualification status for this plant. We wanted to thank Your Excellency for your vision to develop Ghana as a pharma hub. In particular, we wish to commend you for setting up of the Vaccine Manufacturing Committee and creation of National Vaccine Institute. With this inauguration, Ghana has 5 locally manufacturing infusion companies with a combined annual production capacity of 133 million bottles. The annual requirement for infusion in Ghana is around 25 million bottles. This informs us that amongst the 5 companies, Ghana yearly requirement for infusion can be met easily locally with enough surplus for the exports. Your Excellency, with the above information, we humbly appeal to the government through the Ministry of Health to consider the restriction of importance of infusion into the pharmaceutical market in the country. This will help in protecting these 5 companies from competing with substandard and sometimes fake imports and assisting and conserving our foreign exchange while creating employment for our people. We want to thank the entire staff and the management of Atlantic Lifesciences and Pharmanova for their hard work and to ensure the successful completion of this project. Once again, we thank Your Excellency for honoring our invitation and grace this inauguration occasion to guide us. We thank to all invited guests and safe trip back to your various places for work and abode. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, a naturalized Ghanaian industrial pharmacist, consultant, and entrepreneur, Mr. Danaje Tripathi, please, a round of applause. The COO, Chief Operating Officer, Mr. David Kluche, also joins us, a round of applause. Let's hear it up for the Technical Director, Dr. Kabachanandi, a round of applause. And ladies and gentlemen, the Dynamic Executive Director, daughter of the CEO, Madam Apana Tripathi, a round of applause. You make teamwork look so effortless. The greatest beneficiary of this project, ladies and gentlemen, happen to be the good people of Ningo Pram Pram, whose sons and daughters have been employed and will continue to be employed. On a day like this, the MP for the area has blessing in his wings for this great initiative, the 1D1F. Mr. President, he comes here with very kind words for you. Please welcome the Honorable Samuel Nate John.
Your Excellency, President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Commander-in-Chief and President of the Republic of Ghana, Ministers of State present, Deputy Ministers of State, Members of Parliament, my revered chiefs, the President of the Pram Pram Traditional Council, Nene Tete Waka III, now Sabuabe, the Pram Pram Paramount Queen Mother, the Queen Mother of Ningo Nana Dubako Duba II, the chief on whose land we are, the chief of Jinahor Lakleku Nenekweyate Lakleku V. I just want to say, before I start, on behalf of the chiefs and traditional rulers, our profound apologies to His Excellency the President. I noticed your discomfort when the national anthem was played. And on behalf of my chiefs and traditional rulers who, in an unintended oversight, failed to rise for the national anthem, meant no disrespect to you, Your Excellency. And on their behalf, I apologize to you and the people of this country. Mr. President, I welcome you to the land of your in-laws. Your beautiful Rebecca is my auntie from the Kabiawe clan, and so you're welcome to Ningo. I know you would have been here much earlier, but for the traffic on our road. The traffic on our road from Barrier, in fact from Tema Roundabout. Mr. President, I must commend you for the acquisition of the loan to expand the road, which was brought to Parliament in 2019, a £92 million facility. And the people of Ningo Pram Pram say, we're grateful to you. We just want to plead that the Ministry for Works, for Roads and Highways, expedite work. It's been 3 years since we approved that loan, and I'm sure that Mr. President would have been here by 10 o'clock, but for the traffic on the road. And so, yeah, I apologize for that as well. Mr. President, Atlantic Lifesciences is a breath of fresh air. I know your passion for import substitution. And this factory here, I had the opportunity to tour this factory 4 months ago, has the capacity to produce all of Ghana's infusion needs, all of our infusion needs for the Ghana Health Service. However, that is not the case because we still have very cheap imports of infusion, things we can produce locally here. And it's taking an effect on the dollar, and I believe that with your kind intervention, we would see 100% production of infusion in our hospitals, produced here in Ghana and produced in the heavenly cities of Ningo and Pram Pram.
So when you take a little bit of
yes, start for us. It's a beautiful place to be, and we invite all factories to come in here. Mr. President, we want to, on behalf of Atlantic Lifesciences, who are fantastic guests of ours in our constituency, we want to say a very big thank you to the Exim Bank for the support that they've given so far to Atlantic Lifesciences. You know, the Exim Bank was set up in 2016 under SY President Mahama, and the 10 million facility that was given to Atlantic Lifesciences to help us get this factory going. Exim Bank remains a key ally for our industrial development and to Stand Chat as well for what they have done for this plant. Mr. President, you remember when we met at D5, I said to you that one of the key things on my heart is the young people of my constituency who keep voting for me and giving me resounding victories. Give me a margin of 30,000 in the last election. Employment for them is a key thing. Atlantic Life currently employs over 400 of them, and there's the potential to employ another 400 and extend it to 800. But one of the things hampering that expansion is water. They are a company that thrives on water. And unfortunately, Ghana Water itself does not have its own lines here. However, community water and sewage and sanitation have their lines in here from the 3-district project in Aveive. That project, I spoke with the engineer in charge of CWSA. They're doing a fantastic job to try and service the facilities in the constituency, the industries. However, they would need a presidential push to ensure that they get the injection of funds to supply the water that the factories need. If water is supplied here, even if it is by way of a facility, the factories in this enclave alone would pay for water that will recover that facility. in less than 5 years. And so we are committed to inviting more industries here if we get your support, Mr. President.
And with an overwhelming endorsement of this great 1D1F, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it up for the MP for Ningo Pram Pram, the Honorable Sam Nate George. This afternoon, Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, as mentioned earlier, I would like to acknowledge especially the Exim Bank Ghana Limited for the financial support to establish the infusion plant. The CEO is here. Make welcome Mr. Lawrence Ajinsem. A round of applause. Standard Chartered Bank also helps, ladies and gentlemen, has helped tremendously by providing financial assistance for the biological plant. Please welcome the CEO, Madame Ansanetti. A round of applause.
His Excellency, Mr. President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana, Honorable Minister of Trade and Industry, Honorable Alan Chamantin, the representative of the Ministry of Health, Deputy Minister of Trade, Eric Krapper, the CEO of FDA and Standard Authority, Honorable Sam Nate George, Nime Name, colleague, board members and CEOs, and government appointees. I'm quite ecstatic today for the simple reason that in 2017, when Atlantic Lifesciences approached the bank, and in line with the President's vision for Ghana to become the West Africa hub for pharmaceuticals, Exim Bank decided that as part of the 10 focus areas of the bank, pharmaceuticals became the number one. Mr. President, as we speak, the bank has disbursed over 60 million into the pharmaceutical industry. Before COVID, in 2017, as visionary as you are, Mr. President, this bank approved 10 million facility for this facility. And as a matter of fact, within 4 years, the disbursement has been done. And it was supposed to make sure, as the honorable member said, to help us in terms of import substitution, in infusion, and also eye drops, as well as anti-snake syrup. When I came here, the land was bare. But I said, success has many friends. Today we see everybody here, to the glory of Exim Bank and the visionary president that we have. 1D1F is fresh in Ningo Pram Pram. There's our hope as a bank that we will continue to support the pharmaceutical industry. And I always say that because the board and management took that decision, and instead of poultry, pharmaceutical became one of our major investment areas, COVID, Ghana was able to survive. With everything that happened, we were able to survive because Exim Bank has already invested in the pharmaceutical. Mr. President, as we speak, Atlantic Lifesciences, NS Chemist, Tobacco and Coast do exports between 2019-2018 to Mali, Bamako, Liberia, and the rest of Africa. It is a hope of the bank that with Atlantic Lifesciences in place, it will give employment to almost about 800 people, and this will drastically reduce the importation of infusion, vaccines, anti-snake venom, and anti-rabies injections. As a development and policy bank, this occasion signifies the importance of our role in Ghana's socio-economic and industrial development. We are poised to support Atlantic Lifesciences Limited and other pharmaceutical companies in their future endeavors. Once again, congratulations to the board, management, and staff of Atlantic Lifesciences Limited, and everyone who has contributed in diverse ways to this project, especially FDA and then the Standards Authority. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, the CEO of the Ghana Exim Bank, Mr. Lawrence Ajinsem, a round of applause for him. Thank you very much for your kind words, for your stewardship together with the team for accelerating the 1D1F program. Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, it should be recalled that during COVID, the Foreign and Commonwealth Development Office of the British High Commission, through the Ghana Chamber of Pharmacy, gave a grant of 130,000 cedis to support the development of pharmaceutical products, i.e. sanitizers, to stop the spread of the COVID. Now, this company used these funds to also develop paracetamol 4 to help the fight against COVID and other conditions, making us the first company within the region, ladies and gentlemen, to produce para 4. I believe this is deserving of a round of applause. This afternoon, we're pleased and honored to receive, representing the British High Commissioner, the Development Director and her deputy. Make welcome Madam Beth Katman and Mr. Richard Sangal. Thank you very much for joining us. We're greatly indebted to the FDA, the Food and Drugs Authority, who granted us a permit exactly a year ago to commence operations. And ladies and gentlemen, they keep maintaining that strict adherence to excellence and standards, and today they are here to share some warm thoughts with us. Would you please make welcome the CEO, Madame Delise Mimi Gabo.
His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the Honorable Minister for Trade and Industry, the Honorable Deputy Minister of Health, Honorable Deputy Ministers for Trade, distinguished guests present from home and abroad, the CEO of Atlantic Lifesciences Limited, colleague CEOs, Nananom, permit me to stand on existing protocol and say good afternoon. It gives me immense pleasure and pride to witness the commissioning of Atlantic Lifesciences ultra-modern, good manufacturing practice, compliant sterile plant for the manufacture of infusions, ophthalmic products, and anesthetic medicines. The FDA is excited to be part of the realization of this vision. As the National Medicines Regulatory Authority, the FDA had the mandate to provide regulatory and technical support through its Drug Industrial Support Department, which is one of its kind in Africa, to review the conceptual designs for the facility, conducting gap assessments, conducting good manufacturing practice inspections, all to ensure that the design and development of this plant will impact positively in the quality, safety, and efficacy profiles of the medicines and soon vaccines which would be manufactured in this facility. The FDA has licensed the sterile pharmaceutical plant to manufacture infusions, ear drops, eye drops, and nasal drops. Some of these products have been duly submitted to the Food and Drugs Authority in accordance with the Public Health Act, and they have been evaluated by the FDA Center for Laboratory Services and Research, which will soon be designated as the WHO Pre-Qualified Testing Laboratory. And the products have been already found to have met the requisite international standards for quality, safety, and efficacy. They have therefore been duly registered for use in Ghana and beyond. In addition, the plant has been licensed to conduct filling and packaging of anesthesia products. And I'm proud to say that this makes Atlantic Lifesciences the foremost facility in West Africa to locally manufacture this class of products. With respect to serum and vaccine plants, the FDA is very much committed to providing the needed support to ensure that the plant is operationalized as soon as practicable to complement government's local vaccine manufacturing initiative. The plant, when completed, would be licensed by the FDA to conduct bulk fill and finish of biological products, such as anti-snake and anti-rabies sera, which would make it the first manufacturing plant of its kind in sub-Saharan Africa, as well as manufacture some vaccines for childhood immunization and COVID vaccines. The FDA will ensure that these products are manufactured under strict quality standards, which would allow the products to be distributed throughout the Africa continent and beyond. Your Excellency, I would like to end by saying that your FDA is working extremely hard towards being listed as a maturity level 4 national regulatory agency by the WHO by the end of the first quarter of 2023. At this point, the FDA shall be considered to have regulatory systems operating at an advanced level of performance and continuously improving, as well as capable of providing optimum regulatory oversight for medicines and vaccines in Ghana. This achievement makes the FDA a reference agency for other national regulatory authorities worldwide. Mr. President, your FDA is well placed and fully committed to always providing the needed regulatory and technical support to Atlantic Lifesciences and other companies with the intention to manufacture health products and technologies in Ghana, so that Ghanaians would have easy access to quality and safe and efficacious and affordable medical products at all times. The FDA believes that the ease of accessing regulatory support, coupled with the push to manufacture these products locally, shall significantly increase the speed to always access these products and subsequently limit Ghana's dependence on imported versions of these products. Congratulations, Atlantic Lifesciences Limited. Thank you for your attention.
A beacon of quality and excellence, ladies and gentlemen, the FDA. How about a round of applause for the CEO, Mrs. Denise Mimida. Well, thank you very much for your hard work in promoting effective regulation and supervision. Mr. President, given what this institution really means to Ghana and the sub-region, it is my pleasure to acknowledge in our midst the Director General of the West African Health Organization, Professor Stanley Okolo. A round of applause. Thank you very much for joining us. We're honored to have some members of the pharmaceutical fraternity who have come here to show solidarity. Make welcome the Godfather, the CEO of MNG Pharmaceuticals, Mr. Gopal Vasu, Dr. Michael Ajekum, Executive Chair of Mikado Group, Mr. Mike Takwani, CEO of B5 Plus, the landlord of all the industries in this area, together with a host of other captains of industry. Please, a round of applause for them all. We welcome with joy a former Director General of the Ghana Health Service and now Presidential Advisor on Health, Dr. Anthony Nsiasare. Thank you. And our own brother and friend, the new CEO of the NHIA, Dr. Bernard Okoboy. Today, help me also make welcome the President of the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Nana Dr. Apiaje Dankawoso the First. Thank you. Immediate past President, I beg your pardon. Mr. President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, today's inauguration proves that Ghana has 5 companies which can locally manufacture infusions with a combined capacity that will meet local demand with excess even for export. I can't think of any man more excited than Ghana's Minister for Trade and Industry. Would you please make welcome the Honorable Alan Kojo Shemati.
Mr. President, Mr. Sam Okujeto, Member of the Council of State, the Deputy Ministers of Health and Trade, the Honorable Member of Parliament of Lingo Pram and the Municipal Chief Executive, Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps, the Chief Executive Officer and the leadership of Atlantic Lifesciences Limited, the CEOs of Exim Bank, FDA, GSA, and other state agencies, NIME, NAME, captains of industry, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Let me first express my profound gratitude to the management of Atlantic Life Sciences for inviting us to join the commissioning of this state-of-the-art manufacturing facility here in Lifesciences in the Ningo Pram district. It is interesting to note that this particular district is gradually becoming the new industrial enclave for manufacturing in the Greater Accra region, a development which I believe must be of great interest to the Honorable Member of Parliament, Sam George, and should also make him an ambassador and an advocate for the One District One Factory initiative. Mr. President, the Atlantic Life Sciences Limited was accepted into the 1D1F program in 2017 and has become the 107th company to be operating under the 1D1F program. The decision of the promoter and management of this company to invest in this state-of-the-art facility underscores the confidence that the private sector continues to show in the government's program of industrial transformation, especially in the One District, One Factory initiative. The partnership between the Ministry of Trade and Industry, the Ministry of Health, and some financial institutions in this country has provided long-term competitive financing to support the pharmaceutical sector in Ghana. I'm happy to report that at the end of December 2021, 11 out of the 13 pharmaceutical companies under the 1D1F initiative have received support to the tune of 415.3 million Ghana cedis for the expansion, retooling, working capital, and to build entirely new manufacturing facilities in the country. Mr. President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a recent report on Ghana's pharmaceutical industry indicated that the country has the potential to become the new hub of pharmaceutical production in sub-Saharan Africa. The same report also indicated that pharmaceutical sales in Ghana reached $462 million in 2020, $468 million in 2021, and it is expected to grow to $544 million in 2025, and then after that gradually peak to an amount of $896 million by 2030. This is also in addition to the fact that the pharmaceutical market in Africa is over $60 billion. And this, I believe, offers an opportunity, significant opportunity for Ghana to become one of the leading exporters of pharmaceutical products in the whole continent. It is also a development that is worth noting, since it puts Ghana at the center of the pharmaceutical manufacturing business in the West African sub-region. Mr. President, under the Ghana Cares of Atampa program, government through the Ministry of Trade and Industry will undertake the following activities to support pharmaceutical sector to take full advantage of the emerging opportunities. One, to upgrade pharmaceutical companies to achieve WHO global manufacturing standards. Two, the provision of management and technical assistance to enable these companies to operate efficiently. And three, establishment of a bioequivalent center to support the local pharmaceutical manufacturing industry. I'm pleased to note that Atlantic Life Service Center will be one of the companies that is earmarked to benefit from the CARES of Atamkam program. Mr. President, once there is evidence of enhanced local manufacturing capacity in the pharmaceutical industry, it will provide a basis for us as a matter of policy to be able to restrict the importation of pharmaceutical products that can be produced locally. And government has already issued a policy that requires state funds that are being used for procurement for any products in our country first to be given the opportunity to locally manufactured products. So I believe that this is good news for those companies that are actively investing not only in the pharmaceutical sector but other sectors of the economy. Mr. President, distinguished guests, in conclusion, I wish to state that the government will continue to offer support to the pharmaceutical sector to become more competitive and produce both for local and foreign markets. I wish to commend highly the Ministry of Health, Ghana Exim Bank, the Standard Chartered Bank, the Foods and Drugs Authority, and indeed also our traditional rulers and our development partners that have all supported the establishment of this facility. Let me once again congratulate the board of directors, the CEO, senior management of this company for putting up such a global standard manufacturing facility, which I believe will promote the growth and development not only of our country, Ghana, but the entire West African region. I thank you for your attention.
It would be remiss of me not to acknowledge, ladies and gentlemen, the untiring efforts of a former Deputy Minister for Trade and Industry and now a member of the board of the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, the Honorable Robert Apunkalense. A round of applause. Thank you very much. We talk about enhanced capacity for vaccines and infusions. We talk about import substitutions. We talk also about increased in foreign exchange earnings as a result of export. All this just means one thing, that the health of our nation is the wealth of our nation. It is my pleasure to invite to speak to us, representing the Minister for Health, his deputy, the Honorable Tina Gifty Nahayeli Mensah.
Your Excellency Nana Adudankwa Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana and the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, Member of Council of States, Mr. Sam Okujoto, Honorable Minister for Trade and Industry, Honorable Alan Shamantin, my colleague MP and Deputy Minister for Health, Honorable Alhaji Mahama Aseni, my colleague MP, Honorable George Samuel Nati, diplomatic corps, CEOs of various institutions, CEO of Atlantic Lifesciences Limited, Nene Tete Waka the third, Paramount Chief of Pampram Traditional Area, Nene Duopo Dada the second, Paramount Chief, the Queen Mother of Traditional Area. All protocols to be observed. First and foremost, let me ask permission on behalf of my minister. Let me apologize to the Minister for being and I've asked him to stand on issues of the day because we need his name. Mr. President, my Minister, schools. I am delighted to be here to witness this great occasion on the commissioning and inspection of the serums and vaccines plant of the Atlantic Lifesciences Limited. I must congratulate and commend the management and board for this great feat. I must say that this has come at a critical time, as local production of vaccines is deemed to be crucial in addressing a lot of challenges facing healthcare system in lower to middle income countries. His Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, vaccines are arguably the greatest public health advancement and most cost-effective interventions of all time, and have been explored in the control, elimination, or near elimination of numerous communicable diseases that that were once real and untreatable. I am happy to say that in recognition of the fact that vaccine has proven to be a very successful and cost-effective healthcare tool, and also in the management of human epidemics, Ghana has taken the necessary steps to ensure that we attain vaccine sufficiency. Despite the seemingly advantages of local vaccine production, the contribution of lower to middle income countries, and especially that of Africa, to the global supply of vaccines is low, which can be attributed to low investment in science and technology. Vaccines production in the world is unfortunately concentrated in the hands of a few major players. With the leadership and direction of His Excellency, the President of Ghana, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, a vaccine manufacturing committee was constituted to assess our capacity for local vaccine production. The Ministry of Health has developed the appropriate policy framework to establish the governance mechanism, which has been approved by Cabinet and awaiting the launching. The policy provides a framework for a multi-sectorial approach to ensuring that we achieve self-sufficiency in vaccine production, manufacturing for national use by 2030. Again, the Ministry of Health has worked very hard with the Ministry for Justice and Attorney General's Office to get the National Vaccine Bill ready for Cabinet. The National Vaccine Institute will not produce vaccines or syrup, but will coordinate all efforts at vaccines and serum research and production with multi-stakeholder partnerships and collaborations. We believe it is expected to operationalize the government's vision of securing the much needed vaccines through domestic vaccine development and manufacturing in the short, medium, and long term. The Vaccine Institute will create jobs and incentivize research community to develop and collaborate with industry for startups. In the medium to long term, the Food and Drugs Authority, which is a regulatory maturity level 3, is envisaged to move to a maturity 4 level regulator to support the vaccine production agenda, since the country will become vaccine producing instead of vaccine consuming. I therefore applaud the Atlantic Lifesciences Limited for this great investment and for venturing into the vaccine production space. Congratulations to management for this feat. The government of His Excellency Nana Addo Akufo-Addo will provide the necessary support anytime you call on us. I however wish to employ you to ensure all regulatory requirements are met for your operations. Thank you and God bless us.
Ladies and gentlemen, you would like to know that under their leadership, they have brought 12 health ministers from across Africa to visit this facility, and they have expressed interest in doing business with us. How about a round of applause? If you see a policeman on the days, it's because he's the Tema Regional Commander, but most importantly, he's the former Director of Pharmacy at the Ghana Police Hospital, where our CEO, Mr. Tripathi, did his internship. Ladies and gentlemen, DCOP Free joins us. It rarely happens. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I give to you the gift of the occasion, a champion of industry in Ghana, one district at a time, the President of our Republic, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo.
Member of the Council of State, the Minister for Trade and Industry, the Deputy Minister for Health and Member of Parliament for Wager, the Deputy Minister for Health and Member of Parliament for Daboya, the Deputy Minister for Trade and Industry, the Member of Parliament for Ningo Pram, Presidential Advisor on Health, the District Chief Executive for Ningo Pram District Assembly, the Indian High Commissioner to Ghana, the Director General of Wahoo, the CEO of Ghana Exim Bank, the CEO of the Food and Drugs Authority, promoters and Chief Executive Officer of Atlantic Lifesciences Limited, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Nime, Name, and other traditional rulers, residents of Lifesciences. fellow Ghanaians, ladies and gentlemen. It is always a pleasure to come to Ningo Pram, and I'm glad to join all of you here to commission the new factory of Atlantic Lifesciences Limited, a company operating under the government's One District, One Factory program. The establishment of this factory is a concrete manifestation of the new paradigm of economic development which this administration is vigorously pursuing, of promoting value-addition industrial activities within a conducive and business-friendly environment can make headway. This morning's ceremony is in further fulfillment of the promise by government in partnership with the private sector to set up at least one medium to large-scale enterprise in every district of Ghana. Whilst previous attempts at rural economic revitalization in Ghana have focused mainly on the provision of physical infrastructural facilities, the One District, One Factory program focuses on the provision and promotion of commercially viable business ventures to generate sustainable and accelerated economic development for rural communities. Additionally, 1D1F seeks to address the challenge of widespread poverty and underdevelopment among rural and peri-urban communities through the establishment of an institutional framework that will attract private sector investments in rural economic activities, create jobs, and raise income levels. In response to this, Atlantic Lifesciences Limited took the step in 2017 with the support of government to establish this new facility in the healthcare sector, engaged in the manufacture of vaccines, anti-snake serums, eye drops, inhalation, anesthesia products, syrups, tablets, and capsules in Labriku under the One District, One Factory program. It is, as the Minister for Trade and Industry stated, the 107th factory completed and operating under the 1D1F initiative. Out of the 278 enterprises being established and rehabilitated across the country. And I congratulate the promoters and management of the company for taking advantage of this program. I'm happy to note that the Ministry of Trade and Industry, in collaboration with Ghana Exim Bank and Standard Chartered Bank, has since 2017 supported this company to benefit from the 1D1F program. Out of the total investment for the project, which is estimated at $35 million United States dollars, Ghana Exim Bank provided a credit facility to the tune of $10 million United States dollars for the procurement of plant, equipment, and machinery. This underscores the kind of support given by government to the private sector to take advantage of economic opportunities in the country. Moreover, the Ministry of Trade and Industry has selected the pharmaceutical sector as one of government's strategic sectors under the Ghana CARES or BATAPA program, the post-COVID-19 economic recovery policy to facilitate the revitalization of the national economy. This program will inject much-needed capital to enhance the productive capacities of pharmaceutical companies to take advantage of regional and continental markets, pursuant to the market integration frameworks of the ECOWAS Trade Liberalization Scheme, ETLS, and the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement, AFCFTA. I'm again pleased to learn that this new factory is generating some 380 direct jobs, and when fully operational, will generate additional direct employment for some 400 workers. In addition, The facility is expected to create a total of 2,500 indirect jobs. Ladies and gentlemen, the transformation of the Ghanaian economy from one of production and export of raw materials to an industrializing, value-adding economy remains one of the central priorities of my government. This requires, inter alia, a vibrant investment climate and a robust regulatory and incentive regime to support private investments in new strategic sectors. Hence the commitment of the government towards the successful implementation of a number of initiatives, such as the One District, One Factory, 1D1F program, the development of industrial parks and special economic zones, the strategic anchor industries policy, micro, small, and medium-scale enterprises development, and the business regulatory reforms program. I commend highly the collaborative work between the Ministry of Trade and Industry, the Ministry of Health, the Ghana Exim Bank, the Standard Chartered Bank, the Food and Drugs Authority, the traditional authorities, and foreign partners of the company for providing the requisite support towards the establishment of this state-of-the-art manufacturing facility. Let me, in conclusion, say that I have taken on board the very helpful suggestions made by the Member of Parliament for Ningo Pram Pram during his welcome remarks, and assure him that much sooner than later, he and the people of Ningo Pram Pram will see the benefit of my presence here today. Only the future will tell whether this will help or hinder the political fortunes of the Member of Parliament in this constituency. But the progress he is demanding will be realized. I want to assure him of that. Accordingly, ladies and gentlemen, I have an honor to declare this state-of-the-art pharmaceutical manufacturing facility of Atlantic Lifesciences Limited duly commissioned. May God bless Atlantic Lifesciences Limited, Ningo Pram Pram, Lakleku, and us all. And may God bless our homeland Ghana and make her great and strong. I thank you for your attention.
We're ever so grateful to you, Mr. President, for creating the enabling atmosphere for the private sector to flourish and for your assurance to us of your continued patronage and security of this investment. Respectfully, I invite you, Mr. President, in the company of all the members of the dais, to please proceed to the second phase of the commissioning.